Chitambra ma'am, shall we start?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon all. Welcome back to second session of this workshop. I would like to introduce our expert, Dr. Ritambra Jangir ma'am. She is assistant professor in Department of Chemistry in SNIT Surat. Ma'am has completed her PhD from IIT Bombay. Her area of expertise is material synthesis and applications catalysis. Ma'am has published 6 papers in national and international journals. We are glad to have you with us, ma'am. Welcome.
Okay.
Now it's
Yeah.
over to you, ma'am. Please.
Thanks a lot, Ajay, for the nice introduction. Now let me share the. Yeah. So the screen is visible for you all. Please, Ajay, reply. The screen is
Yes.
visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Actually, the webinar theme is recent advances in science and technology. For that, this is a broad themes. For that, I have chosen a topic, a condensation strategy for zeolite like zinc phosphate frameworks. I think I'll be in the theme only. Much of chemistry is included here because since I'm from chemistry background and you will be bored also in few places. So I'll try to make it more understandable as much as possible. Yeah. So before going in the talk or the technical part, I want to thank the organizers, Dr. BL Gupta, Principal EC Baswada. Actually, when I was faculty there, it was GEC Baswada. Now I think the name has changed to EC Baswada. So good to hear that. And Dr. Indrajit Patel, Principal BVM Vidyanagar, and especially Mr. Ajay Bhatt, who is convener of the this webinar. He's HOD in the civil department, and working in the same college, EC Banswara, and Mr. Chandan Patel, who is coordinating this webinar, assistant professor, civil engineering department. And this is the recent picture of the college where I worked. Around nearly for very short time, nearly for 3 months only, but that time the building was different, but now it is looking very nice, and much development was happened in the under the guidance of Dr. Sivlal, a very dynamic principal he was. And then this is a picture of Baswada, one of the picture I have taken from Google. This shows this area is very nice. Even not even picture. I personally live there. This Baswada is very nice place to live because most oxygenated area and pollution free area in Rajasthan. So you better have a visit of Baswada. And I also like because in the previous talk, Dr. Rakhi was presenting some contamination study on groundwater. So this area actually has much hardness in water. I would suggest her, you please make a survey on this area also, because that would coming out a very nice study if you could do that. So thanks a lot, the organizers, for keeping this kind of interacting session in this pandemic situation, and I hope all are doing well in this situation. So let me share the technical part of my talk. Yeah. So before going into it, I want to introduce, since my topic has phosphate in it. So first of all, phosphate is actually phosphate denotes to oxyanion of phosphorus. Phosphorus, we all know that is a very important element in our body. That means the living part, as well as also in non-living part in our body. If we talk about in our body, 1% of body weight is found phosphorus in the form of phosphorus element is found 1% of our body part. In that 1%, 80% of it actually found in the form of hydroxyapatite, which is a part of bones and teeth, and rest of the phosphorus is found in the form of organic phosphate, where the phosphorus is found in the form of monoester and diester also. But here, this phosphate is having a formula PO43 minus, right? And this has phosphorus has oxidation state 5, and here it forms a rings and chain. Through that, it can be converted into a huge network or framework structure. But those framework structures are very much of useful. How? Because these kind of the interaction of phosphate, interaction of metal with phosphate is known from long back, even in our biological system also. So people have taken idea from there and start to utilize those idea and start to make such kind of framework in laboratory, and coordinating compound with phosphate. Now, if there is a diversity in structure due to the building blocks in the framework, there will be different properties. You can tune the properties of these framework compounds, and since the properties will change, that means the functions will be changed. And most important part, this phosphate framework will be like functioning like a zeolite. Zeolite, I want to introduce zeolite. Zeolite is actually the most porous crystalline solids. They are useful in many areas, like ion X. They are used as an ion exchanger, fertilizers, fast ion conductors, or in field of catalysis. In many fields, almost all the fields, it is useful. So mimicking that function by some other material is very useful, because not only mimicking, even functioning better than that. So I think that would be a good idea to work on that. And there are, if you talk about the porous solid, there are two classes of porous solids are there. One is metal organic framework, other one is covalent organic framework. Those two classification was done by the chemist only. If metal is included in your framework, then those compound, and it is participated in coordination, then those compounds will be called as a metal organic framework. And if there is only organic moiety is there is no metal found, then those will be called as covalent organic materials framework. So these materials actually have gained a lot of importance in last 2 decades due to their extraordinary functions. So, and the sites for forming new linkages, that means that the topology can be tuned, can be monitored here, and that can be directed by the geometry and dimensionality of final periodic nets due to the changing in linkage. So what is the motivation to work in this area, that I want to give a brief on that. Suppose this is a structure phosphoric acid. This is for the people who are not from chemistry background. I'm showing the picture of phosphoric acid. This is a phosphoric acid picture, the first picture, where the phosphorus has 3 hydroxy group here. And so if you want to make a metal phosphate, why don't you react the phosphoric acid with the metal and get the metal phosphate? right? No need to go for changes in it. But here the product will be very complex. There will be numerous byproducts in that one. So now people have started to change this hydroxy group in the alkoxy group. Why don't you change the hydroxy group in alkoxy group? So if you change the hydroxy group in alkoxy group, there will be formation of phosphate triester. That means you are changing in the acid and the ester. Now why don't you react with the metal and form a framework? But here, if you react with phosphate triester, there is no reaction site. There will not be any strong coordination with the with this ligand, because there is no ionization group is here. So now the next idea is, why don't you replace this OH in OR in control manner? Control manner means not all the OH you replace two. If you replace the two OH group by OR group, then that will be converted in phosphate diester. If you convert in change the one OH group in OR group, that will be converted into phosphate monoester. Now if you react the metal with phosphate diester, that will form either a cluster or a complex with low nuclearity. No, low nuclearity means metals will be less there. That means that will not be our useful. That will not be useful compound. What picture of functions we have in our mind, though those functions cannot be fulfilled by those clusters. Now I'm coming to phosphate monoester. Now this has two acidic protons. Those actually participate in bridging between two metal ion, and it actually the coordinating, it is behaving like a carboxylate ligand. And here, so it can accumulate more number of metal ion around it, and form, finally it can form a framework structure. And here this POP double bond O will not participate in coordination. That will be participating in secondary interaction. So that will also be useful for our functions. Now another idea has come. Why don't you change this OH directly with R? If you change directly with R, then phosphonic acid and phosphenic acid will form, but those compounds also will not be will not be useful, because metal reaction with those compounds will give immediate precipitate or amorphous solid. Because if compound is useful but that is amorphous, how would you know the structure of the compound? Right? So it is also essential to know the internal structure of the compound. That means the crystallinity is required here. So because of that, we have chosen phosphate monoester as our ligand. And phosphate based framework structures are found to be out robust activity in the area of porous solid materials. That means in area of geolite. These kind of compounds have wide area of application. Those things I'll discuss in our next slide. So now, what is the status of this kind of work in our national or international? So actually the real the actively investigation was done after the identification of aluminophosphate. Aluminophosphate is nothing but is actually a natural zeolite, right? By the Flangin and co-workers in 1982. But the interesting development happened in 2005 and 2006 only. So after this interesting development, only people actively participated in this kind of work. That means the area is new only. Now if you talk about national status of the work, the Professor R. Murgal from IIT Bombay is the first investigator for this kind of compound, where actually he has reacted metal salt like zinc acetate with actually judiciously designed ligand, and he could get this kind of structural compound which has a cubane like shape. And here this cubane is formed due to fusing the four rings together, and they fuse together and form this is a discrete molecule. But again, this is a discrete means only one molecule. There's no framework here, but we want, for extraordinary properties, we want a framework compound like. So people are start to connect these cubane by bridging ligands. Those are called connector or linkers. Why this bridging will happen? Because those ligands will be having a strong Lewis basic character due to the donor atom, and here a metal is used, metal which is used having Lewis acidic character. That means the strength, the interaction will be strong here, and those cubanes can be interconnected together and can be formed actually in three-dimensional framework. Now, if we talk about international status of this kind of work, many reports are coming within 10 days in this kind of area, but I have highlighted only few important actually reports. So actually Vankushan and co-workers in 2005 actually they have isolated microporous cobalt aluminophosphate from intermediate low dimensional structures. So that was a huge investigation in this area, and they have investigated various properties of this kind of compound. And further in 2006, another reports has come out that was zinc galvanophosphate, where they have shown a tunable white to yellow to white luminescence property. So, and this property was due to insertion of heteroatom in them, that those compounds. That means you can tune the property. You can insert any of the atom, means whatever of your interest, and then you can see the change the properties. Now, in 2007, actually Parham and Morris reviewed this kind of work, where a noticeable development they have seen they could synthesize ionic liquids from these kind of materials. And recently in 2018, Wang Gong and Cheng actually represented lanthanide separation using titanium butyl phosphate coordination polymer. That means this kind of work, this kind of materials are very useful, and thus the wearing of the construction component. That means your metal and ligand, you can actually tune various numerous dualistic arrangement you can have, and those can be modeled with different properties and functionality. So now, what are the challenges in this work? Because any work you start in your laboratory, there will be many challenges. So I want to discuss this part also. What are the challenges I myself felt in laboratory? You suppose this is a synthesis. Here this cubane moiety started with zinc acetate, reacted with this designed phosphate ligand, and you can go get this cubane moiety. Now linking this cubane moiety with linkers like here in the picture, in this L1 to L7, you can connect using these ligands and then get a framework structure by taking equivalent 1:5 or 1:2 also in the stoichiometry. But these reactions are multi-step reaction, and if you are doing a reaction in laboratory, there will be the solvent will be required there. Your starting material should be dissolved in some solvent, right? That means the solubility is required. But here these compounds are too big, they are metal aggregates, they do not solubilize easily, they don't have, they are having negligible solubility in common solvents. So this is the main challenge here. Now if you mix these compound together, that means for your starting material, then immediately the precipitate will come out. That means the reaction is very fast. So immediate that reaction that precipitate you are getting, that will be amorphous in nature, or very low crystalline nature. But in for getting the structure of compound, for getting 100% surety in your compound, you should have a single crystal of the compound. That means structure also you can't know for these